Welcome to this Farming Simulator 19 map tour with me, MrSealyp. Oakfield Farm is here. I'm not going to chuck anything yet because I want to watch this. A flight of Spitfires. That's next level, and that's right up my street. Being an ex-air cadet and Spitfire being my favourite aircraft of all time, oh man, that's just an awesome start. I didn't even get a chance to put any of the menus away. Never mind. Right, Oakfield Farm 19 by OxygenDavid. It is here, and judging by the time it took me to download it, I think a lot of people are really happy about that, and that kind of makes sense. Let's put that menu away. Right, well, we start here at Oakfield Farm. Let's open the gate, and the sign is just here. Now, I did a let's play on this on FS17, and I absolutely loved this map, and it looks to me at first glance that it's even better. I mean, it just seems new textures and the new graphics and all that kind of stuff. According to the Modhub, OxygenDavid has tweaked the lighting because he said himself, he found on Marwell Manor Farm that the lighting in the shadow, in the shade, was too dark. So it's been tweaked a bit so it doesn't have that problem. The scenery is stunning. It's amazing. You may well be new to Farming Simulator as a whole. You may be new to this map. You may have never played it before or seen it. So I'm going to do this first look map tour. I may refer every now and again back to FS17, but I'll try to avoid it because I know I've been doing a lot of comparisons like that. So let's have a quick look on the map. And this is it. If you don't know, Oakfield Farm is based on a real place in Gloucestershire. The PDA map here is based on a Google Map image, and all the fields and plots are exactly how they are in real life, and that's incredible as well. I mean, just to manage that is phenomenal. What do we start with? Well, I've got this on New Farmer at the moment, so I'll show you what we start with here. I will also I put it onto Farm Manager as well to see slot wise how that kind of worked out and what you started with, so I'll kind of compare the two anyway. But on Marwell Manor Farm, there are all these edge bits that you didn't start off with, and that we had to wait for an update. So I think what he's done is gone in and decided that off the bat you're going to have all of those already when you start on New Farmer. On Farm Manager you don't, but you can buy them for nothing. It doesn't cost you anything to buy up the kind of bits in between, all these green bits in between. But what do we actually start with? Well, we start off with, and I like this as well, we start off with the main Oakfield Farm. We start off with Field 3, Field 2, Field 1, and a few peripheral bits. What we also start with, which I think is a nice touch, the biogas plant is already part of the purchased area, so you don't have to buy the biogas plant. As far as I'm aware, there's no way of buying it if you're on New Farmer mode. And like I say, on New Farmer mode, on Farm Manager mode, you can buy up all those sections for nothing. So that's kind of already there. The second farm on this map is Glen Farm, which is just here. So we actually start at this farm here, down to kind of southwest-ish, not quite in the far corner. The topography of this map is lovely. It's just anyway, right, sell points. We've got biogas plant, Empire stores, Hilltop stores. We've got the Manor Egg sell point, Glen Farm barn, Oakfield Farm barn, the Sawmill, Seven Springs egg sell point, the Spinnery, the Stables Bale sell point, the Stables Egg sell point, and Willowbrook stores. We've got quite a few to choose from. On New Farmer, you start off with, you have 1 million litre capacity of silos, 500,000 litres at Oakfield Farm, 500,000 litres at Oakglen Farm barn, Oakglen Farm, and we do start off with a few things in there. So when we scroll across the kind of main crops, we start off with a few bits and bobs. I've got this on normal economy, and prices are pretty average across the board. Nothing that stands out as overly excessive, which is kind of what you're looking for. So let's go and have a look at vehicles. What do we start with? We start with a John Deere 6230, a Case Optum 270 CVX, a John Deere T560, an AgroLiner trailer, the header for the John Deere harvester, an AgroMash plough. We've got a nice cultivator. We've got a Horse Pronto 9 DC seeder. We've got a fertilizer sprayer, herbicide sprayer, mower, header trailer, and weight. Now, that's the thing. Looking up here, if you start on New Farmer with all that stuff, we're 823 slots into the 1299. But that said, you do start with the equipment you do start with. I would say you could probably carry on for quite a while with that equipment. The slot count on John Deere stuff is quite high anyway. That's 41 and that's 33. So if you started off with different tractors and a different harvester, you could drop that significantly anyway. If you start on farm manager mode, that drops the slot count down to 655, which gives you over 600 slots to play with. Now I'm pretty sure Oakfield Farm on FS17 didn't have that many slots available. I can't think off the top of my head, but I'm sure it didn't. But that's the equipment we start with. So the farm itself, the weird thing is it feels like coming home. I know that sounds really weird, because I did my Let's Play on this, and you play on a map for quite a long time, you get used to the kind of the nooks and crannies and that kind of thing. So before you actually go into the farm itself, on the left here we've got the sheep pasture. Here is where you can buy and sell directly or load and unload. Open up the gate, and we should have in here, there we go, troughs. That threw me a bit because a few things have changed, I'll be totally honest with you. Water trough and feed trough for the sheep, just here, and the sheep going out into this big field. It's a big field, so if you wanted to use it for grass, you absolutely can. The pallets for the sheep, the wool pallets, spawn somewhere else, so I'll show you that in a moment. I just want to see those Spitfires again. Some bits I'm going to drive around, some bits I am going to skip. There's a lot to get round, and I really want to show you most of the stuff I can. Farmhouse, a lot of detail. We can get into the farmhouse. There are light switches, we've got pictures, we've got a kitchen. Turn the lights on. There we go. We can go upstairs. We've got a bedroom with a bathroom round to the side there. Very nice indeed. We can go out through the kitchen if we want to. Where's the light switch? Let's turn the lights off. So we can go out through the kitchen. There we go. Let's close that door. And we kind of end up in the yard. Now, one thing I will say straight off the bat, I think the colours are more vibrant on the 19 version. Not that they were particularly washed out on the 17 version, it just seems more vibrant to me. I don't know if that's the lighting or the new textures. I know OxygenDavid produces a lot of the textures, a lot of the actual buildings and stuff are all sort of kind of handcrafted. I don't know, it does seem more vibrant to me. I don't know, maybe that's just me imagining things, but it does seem to be. We've got loads and loads of storage space, shelter space. The silo here is here. This is the Oakfield Farm silo, 500,000 litres, and you have got some crops already in this one. Now these I've tried with a trailer and with a seeder. I don't know if these are remnants from 17, but I can't get fertiliser or seed refill, what used to be the seed refill points, to work. So I don't know whether or not that's a mistake or whether that's just a remnant from 17. I don't know, but I couldn't get them to work when I tried. John Deere and stuff is all parked here. I'm pretty sure that's new. Nice little touch, the aircon unit on the side there. We can open this one up as well. This would be kind of like a root crop storage if you wanted to, I guess. Pile up your sugar beet and stuff in there. The main silo will hold your main crop types, doesn't hold everything. Like I say, 500,000 litres, that's not to be sniffed at. More shelter space around the side here. Now, what I will say is this. Because this is an established farm that's already kind of in place, and so is Glen Farm down in the valley, the ability to buy and sell the animal enclosures is not there. So when we looked in the menu of what we start with, we don't start with cow pastures and horse pastures and sheep. Nothing you can sell. It's all on the map already. You can add your own ones in anywhere you like. You can set up your own farm somewhere else. If you don't want to use this one, of course you can. Do a bit of landscaping, find a bit of flat land. You know, you don't have to have it here, but you can't sell these. They are here, and that's kind of it. You kind of start with them. So we've got various different bits of machinery. The workshop repair place is just here, and we've got some more machinery tucked around in the, like I said, there's no shortage of space. I love the layout of this farm. I think it's absolutely fantastic. This is where your wool pallets spawn, so the sheep field is just there, pasture, and they spawn just there as we whiz on around the yard, because we've got so much more to see as well. We have got Oakfield Farm barn, so we've got a sell point there for straw and things like that, just tucked away in the back of that barn. And then over here we've got the cow shed. More storage, which is always helpful. That's kind of where you're going to put your manure, because you have to muck out yourself. These open, but they open quite quickly, so we need to be quite careful. Now, what I did find was I couldn't walk in this one, which was a bit odd, but I tried with the tractor and I could drive in no problem at all, which is a bit of a peculiar one. Light switches down the side there. It does say turn off when not in use, so I'm not going to muck around with that. Come on, open. There we go. That's ever so fast. We've got a gate there into the cow pasture, so when you buy your cows, they come round the back and roam out across this field here. We've got our feed trough down the side here. Hop the fence on this one. See, it won't let me through there. It won't let me walk through. That's really weird. Don't know why. I can drive through, but it won't let me walk through those side ones. You can walk through the middle one and drive through the side ones, but it won't let me walk through. Maybe that's a collision thing to stop the... I don't know, because the cows need to use the feed trough. That's an odd one. Got me baffled, that one. Now, we have got water... Where are we? Water trough is just here. And this is where we can buy, sell, or drop off if you've got a trailer for the cows. And we've got a bunker silo tucked around the side here. Where the straw goes, I think it was the other side of one of these. I'm sure it was originally. There's not an obvious point for it. I think it's down the side of one of these. But like I say, it's not glaringly obvious. I haven't got any cows at the moment, so I'm going to leave those gates open. Now, when I played this on 17, there were a few things I said when I played this, and I loved playing it. One was, it would be awesome with John Deere's. We've got John Deere now. Not that I'm a particular John Deere fan, it was just, you know, I don't know. And I also said, it's cool that you've got this cow barn and this dairy, and how awesome would it be to be able to kind of technically use the dairy. Well, now we can transport our own milk. We can, and that's what's brilliant. So this point here is where you collect your milk from. So when your cows are producing it, this is where you're going to collect your milk from. Oh, rather fantastic. Now, we've got part of the yard to do. Then we're going to jump in the tractor and whiz round. Got a little village there. Name escapes me. Was it Coberley? Might be Coberley, I think. Right, let's jump in the tractor now. That reminds me. 1 second. Because I wanted to see the Spitfires at the start, I didn't adjust the settings. It always starts on the game at ×5 and that kind of stuff, so bit of a fiddle around there. Right, so out of the yard, I'm just going to go around this side, then we go around up the top. There's so much to see, I want to try and get it all in. Like I say, more shelter space here. We've got a fuel point just here. Now this used to be seed refill here, and I can't seem to get it to work. I think that's the lime. Pretty sure that's the lime sell point, buy point. And we've got another bunker silo just there. We have got more shelter space and more shelter space under here as well. Fantastic. There and there. Nothing in these ones at the moment, but plenty going on. And I think you will agree The sites are just, I mean, that it looks absolutely amazing. Now, one thing, I keep saying one thing, something I feel, again, there's a lot more greenery. It seems a lot more lush, the landscape. The greens seem, that's what I meant about being vibrant, seems a lot greener. There seem to be a lot more trees, hedges, bushes. There seems to be a lot more going on, which has given it a really nice feel. I don't think it's a bad thing. It doesn't seem to be, it's not negative. It just seems to have a real lush feel to it. Again, not that the other version was bad. It just seems to be a lot more vibrant. I don't know. Right, what we're going to do, we're going to whiz out of here, out of the yard, and we're going to go up the hill, past the fields that we start off with, and round the back. So I want to go to the first of the sell points, which is Hilltop Stores. So we're going to go out of here onto the lane, and we're going to head up the hill. Now, as you can see, we're in the shade, but unlike Marwell Manor Farm, it's not pitch black. He really has worked on that. Again, the roads, the textures and colours seem different, like it's all been taken from a different palette, which I suppose with the new game, new textures, it would do. The tarmac seems darker. It's got a nice look to it, you know. It looks like it's been freshly laid, you know. But anyway, the other thing that OxygenDavid does well, and I really like, and I've said this before about various different maps, is that kind of extension of the map. The fact that you don't have that kind of set map edge. It's not like, you know, there's a, I don't know, like a mural painted on the side. It looks like the fields go on and on and on. However, the map edge is there. I can't go any further than that. But that's a really nice feature. I like the fact that kind of extends out. It gives you the feeling that the map goes on and on and on. There have been a lot of gates removed from the prior version, which is something else I've noticed. So a lot of the entrances into fields don't have gates anymore, which can make it a lot easier. I know some of the entrances were a little bit tight before. This is not going to be a map for massive machinery. It's small country lanes, that kind of thing, even the main road down the bottom of the valley. And this map sweeps down into the valley and up the other side. Yeah, I just... You're not going to get away with massive stuff on it, you know, that's not kind of the point. But again, the scenery is incredible. It just seems to have way more detail. Yeah, I really like this. So, up here we've got Hilltop Stores. Again, I couldn't get the seed refill points to work, but Hilltop Stores sell point is just there. We're going to head down to the little village. There's a tiny little hamlet, I guess it is, tucked away back here. I love the undulations, you know me. There are some nice subtle changes. If this is the first time for you playing on it or seeing it, it won't mean anything. But I hope you can just appreciate just the quality of it. And you know, regardless of the fact that I like OxygenDavid's work anyway, you can't take away from the fact it's a phenomenal. It may not be your cup of tea. This type of map may not be for you. But you can't ignore the fact the quality of the work is incredible, and there is a noticeable difference between this and the previous version. Just swinging past here, we've got the old post office bed and breakfast, which is just there. That's in real life. Thank you, Adrian, for that. It was very helpful at the start of my Let's Play on this in FS17. Now we're going to head down to the little village. Like I say, I will have to jump some of these bits because I'm fully aware I'm not going to be able to get around all of this. Not unless I jump some of it or do a 2-hour guide too. So if we just stop here, I don't know if the sign's gone. Did I pass the sign? Used to be a road sign. It does seem to be, yeah, way more greenery. Right, so up here we've got a little track that runs off to the side here with a gate. If we open that gate up, that track runs round and actually joins up with the back of the farm, which is just up there on the hill. So Oakfield Farm backs up there. The church, there's some great sound effects with the bells. and the local congregation practicing, which is wonderful. And we've got the manor egg cell point, which is tucked, where is it? Just around here. There we go. Right here. The added advantage of having done Let's Play on this as well is I know the map, so I know where I'm going roughly. Some of the cell points have changed and moved, and some of them are new. What is a nice touch as well is this. Map testers. That's nice. I like that. That's been put on there. These are the guys that tested it with OxygenDavid. Frontier design, bullet bill, to make sure it was okay for submission. But anyway, right. That's the manor egg cell point. And now we're going to head down to the main road, check out the sawmill. We'll get it all in. We will. I love the little footpath signs. There's Coberley. I was right. There you go, Coberley Church. The little tracks that run off into fields. You've got a real variety of fences, gates. Some are wooden ones, some kind of block bits in, some don't. Right, I'm going to see you in a moment at the sawmill, and I will show you on the map where we are when we get there. The road signs, road layouts, bus stops, lay-bys are all authentic, exactly how they are in real life. If you go onto Google Maps, you can find it and you can follow along, and it's incredible, the detail. So, sawmill. We are, let's just scroll across. So we've just done a loop round from the farm, up the hill, round past hilltop stores down to the little village, down this lane through Coberley, out onto the main road, and now we're head down to the sawmill. We are then going to head up to Oakfield Farm. We'll do the sell points and stuff up here, then we might have to jump to a couple because we've got Empire stores right over there, which is going to be a long drive to get to. Field prices, that's what I was going to mention. Field prices can be catastrophically high, 1,707,000, but that's a big field. 1,091,000, down to some nice affordable fields like Field 11, which is only 62,000. Field 9, which again is quite small, 46,000. Field 13 at 113. So they kind of gradually build up, and you can work your way up to the big fields if you really want to. Right, so sawmill. We have got our wood chip sell point just there, and our lumber sell point, which is just there. There's been a load of new sound effects, I think, added. Back onto the main road, and we're going to head north. And I will see you at Glen Farm in a second. Right, slow down for the 50-mile-an-hour speed limit into Seven Springs, and just on the right here, if we turn in, we have got Glen Farm. So this is kind of the second part of the farm. So you've got your cows and your sheep up on Oakfield, and then here at Glen, again, I couldn't get this seed point to work, seed and fertilizer, so I'm assuming they're disabled. I'm not 100%. We have got our pigs just over here, so your water trough just there. We've got our buy point, delivery point just there. Feed trough, and I think that's for straw for the bedding. We have got up here, we've got Glen Farm barn. So like the Oakfield one, this is for your straw and hay. And then over here we've got another, I don't think there's a silo, that's for your muck, for mucking out. We've got the other part of the silo. So this is the 500,000 litre Glen Farm silo. This one doesn't start with anything in it. Then we've got another lime point just there, and we've got a fuel point just here. And when you want to take stuff out of the silo, you take it out from this side. So you load in just up there, and you take it out just here. Fantastic detail. Now through here we have got chickens. This has changed considerably because on 17 the chickens were just there, you couldn't really do anything else with them. We've got the feed point here. We can come in just through here, and the egg boxes will appear, I think, on this one. I think this is the one for buying. There we go. and you can't deliver chickens. There's no way of transporting chickens in game, so that's where you just buy them from, and this is where your egg boxes are going to spawn. I'm sure this is new, this like transformer thing. Don't remember it before. Fantastic detail on that. Wow, incredible. Right, what we're going to do is, so I drive up or transport. Right, this lane leads right up the hill, so we're here at the moment. So this lane runs up the other side of the valley, all the way up to the top here, right the way up past all these fields. Now, here we've got, well, I'm going to jump there. That's probably the best thing to do. So, let's visit. Now, I remember saying when I did my Let's Play on here, and we knew FS19 was on the way out, on its way out, coming out, and we knew there were going to be horses. 6 furlong stables, and I did say it would be so awesome on 19 if you could actually put horses in here. Well, here we have got, if I can open the gate, we've got a straw sell point, and we've got an egg sell point, which is just here at the stables, and then just around here we've got the horse paddock right here. We've got our water trough, we've got our, where's the feed trough? Am I missing something? No, there you go. Over there. And then we've got our purchase and delivery point just here. I'm so pleased that was added into the game. And there's little things like this. There's so much to explore on this map as well. There's so much I'm not going to be able to show you. And I would urge you, even if you don't play on it, have a drive around, find the things that are here. It really is amazing. The texturing's fantastic. So we are up here at the moment. What we're going to do now, we've had a quick look around there. Like I said, I don't want to whiz around too much, but we've got quite a bit left to go, I think. Right, so I'm going to hop back to the tractor at Glen Farm, and we're going to drive along the main road, and we'll then head up to all the, got a big cluster of sell points and things going on there. Bear with me 1 second. So, if I don't knock any signs down, we're going to head towards Cheltenham. If I can get out. What I love is it likes this attention to detail, and that's probably why I really liked this map before, and I think I like it even more now. It honestly feels like driving down a road in the UK. You know, it probably doesn't get any closer. It really doesn't. I know Marwell Manor Farm was just the same, and I really do like the fact that the lighting has been adjusted for this. That's made a massive difference. It really, really has. So the edge of the map is just the other side of that roundabout. You can't go any further. If we take a left here, I know you guys that like your massive American maps are not necessarily going to like this, and I've had a lot of comments left on when I do first look map tours saying that people are sick and tired of twisty, narrow, small English maps. Again, like I say, it's not necessarily your cup of tea. This is brilliant. I personally think it's brilliant. That's my opinion. Seven Springs, this is like a public house hotel type deal. Again, this seems a lot more detailed. I remember that being quite, not plain, but it does seem to have a lot more going on now. Around the back of here we've got the Seven Springs egg cell point, which is just there, and some stunning scenery. I honestly don't know how he does it. I really don't. Yeah, wow. Right, swing round, and let's head up the main road. We've got on our left coming up school. Where's the school? We have got the main store, cash point should you need it. We've got the purchase point, and we've got our repair and sell point just here. Don't think the lift works in here. Diagnostic equipment and tools and various things going on. All rather lovely. Right. We have got Willowbrook Stores just coming up on the right. Again, for you guys that haven't maybe played on this or seen this one before, this is Willowbrook Stores. there's a really interesting change here, and like I say, you won't necessarily know, but I noticed immediately on FS17 the BGA biogas plant is this side and Willowbrook Stores is this side. On the original, the fence came right the way up here and you couldn't actually go between the two. You had to go out onto the main road and then back in again, which again, it was a minor thing, nothing major, but that's been adjusted, and that's brilliant. So your biogas plant is this side, your digester's just here. There's no bunker silo, which I've just realised, so you have to place your own bunker silos, whatever you want to do. And your digestate tank, your byproduct, comes out here. So when you've got your digestate, you can come and collect it here. This is Willowbrook Store's sell point, and then we've got our spinnery just here. Big Daddy, I'm afraid, Big Daddy's knitting club has gone. The little hut you guys used to use for the knitting club, not here anymore. Sad times. Sad times. Anyway, so that's your spinnery. If you watch my Let's Play, you'll know what I mean. Big Dad, you'll know. It just means you're going to have to meet in the pub now, Big Daddy. Every cloud. Anyway, heading up the hill, we have got out onto the main road. I should really be looking a little bit better for traffic, but let's just nip out. As we head up the hill, we've got on the right here. Now, I think there used to be signposts and stuff here, but the signs have gone. This is obviously a purchasable field, field 42. Right up on the top of the hill there's a castle. You can go and explore and have a look around the castle. I'm sure there were signs here. And now right here is one of the forest areas. It's on a hillside, so it's a tricky bit of forestry to do. If we look in the map, we are just here. If we click this on, there we go, you can see a little bit better. So this is field 42, the castle's up on the hill here. This is your forest here. There's one of your bits of forest here, but obviously you've got to buy it if you want to do any forestry. So that's just up there on the right hand side. And it's a bit of a drive. We'll head up there. It's one of those weird things. It's like no, it sounds stupid. If you have aeroplanes going over too often, and this is something Jim told me, Alien Jim told me on his map, certain sound effects, certain things, if they happen too frequently, they can become annoying and irritating, and people don't like it. But I really want to see the Spitfires again. I know when they came over Oakfield, they kind of turned and headed this way. I'm just hoping they're going to come across the horizon and suddenly appear. Amazing. Anyway, so lay-bys and more fields off to our left, and more phenomenal scenery. Right at the top of this hill. Look at that view. Wow. We have got our livestock dealer, animal dealership. If I can get there. Traffic's quite slow. Sorry. So here's your animal dealership. Just here for purchasing or collection of animals, depending how you want to go about it. Very cool. Right. Actually, I want to check something. Whether or not the hedges have collisions or not. I know people often ask me about collisions. Let's have a quick check. Nope, there are no collisions on the hedges. We are at present right the way up here at the animal dealer. So we're all over here now. We've come up the main road from Glen Farm. We've come up here all the way to the animal dealership. Now the next sell point, I think the last one we're going to look at, there's loads more of this map to look. I mean, field 34, 35 tucked over the back. When you go up past the stables, you've got all these fields up here. There's so much here to look at, it's incredible. But the last sell point is up here at Empire Stores, which would mean driving across the entire map all the way back down the main road, which runs north-south, then up this lane here to Empire Stores, and the second forest, which is just up here. Again, needs to be purchased if you're going to do any forestry, but we're going to jump to Empire Stores. So, we are up on the other side of the valley, right the way over the other side now. Little lane that I was just talking about runs up the hill here, and we are at Empire Stores. So the sell point is just here. The manure sell point is just there, I think. I haven't tested that. I think that works. It's not showing up on the menu. Again, I'm hoping that's just not a remnant left over from 17, but it might do. And I couldn't get these to work either. But anyway, that said, let's whiz round. Forest runs off this way. Track runs round and up, and there's loads of trees to cut down. They're not huge ones. You're not going to make a huge amount of money on these. They're not very, very tall pine trees. Not pine trees, fir trees, sorry. But they do go off right up the hill there. Now, that being said, I do want to have a wander up this lane to kind of finish off, because this is another one of those things. I'm pretty sure I mentioned this on the first look map tour on 17, but I'm going to do it again, because, again, the lush greenery going up this lane is incredible. The attention to detail, and realistically that sell point, Empire Stores, is where you're going to go to. Unless you buy any of these fields up here, and there aren't many up here, you're not likely to head up this way. But you should, because again, the little houses and cottages and buildings, little lane that runs off to some of the fields off that way, are just astounding. Because it's a real place, he's put it all in here. You know, he didn't have to. Lavender Cottage. It's just lovely. It really, really is. I know I sound really gushy. I really do like this map a lot. I have been asked already if I'm going to do a Let's Play on it. Realistically, no. I would love to. Don't get me wrong. But I've already done a Let's Play on 17, and I honestly don't think many people would want to watch it because I've already done it. You know, I suppose I could. There's different machinery. I guess I could change a few things up, but I don't know. I'll have a think about it. I might do a crossover between a couple of maps maybe and incorporate this one in. That might be quite a nice way of doing it. Again, from this side of the valley, awesome scenery, just fantastic. Really, really like it. I know it's been a bit of a whistle-stop round. I hope you've kind of got a feel for the map, a feel for the scenery, the textures, the, you know, all of it, the whole feel of it. Field prices are pretty good, right the way up to very, very big and expensive. Some nice touches, some nice features. I think one minor drawback that people might be a little bit, I don't know, negative about maybe, is the fact that because you start with the animal pens and they're fixed, you can't really do a lot about that. But then that said, you could build your farm up here out the way. You could do whatever you want, can't you? Once you've got the map. So what I will do to finish off, let's head back. To Oakfield Farm, where it all began. Back to the main farmyard to finish off. I will just very, very quickly show you what I meant about that little track when you go through Coberley that runs out past the church, and I said it comes around the back. Oh, water. Where was the water point? Oh, there we go. Water point, there we go. I suddenly thought I didn't show the water. Normally on OxygenDavid's maps you can't get free water from rivers, but anyway, so that track continues past the church, round up the back here. You've got a nice little more shelter space, which, you know, no shortage of, just down here. And then this little track here leads back up to the back of the yard where I was before, and that track there takes you back down and brings you out right next to the sawmill by the main road. So there you go, that's it, Oakfield Farm 19. Yeah, I mean, I think you kind of already get my impression on how I feel about it. It's a really nice map, great detail. I really do think it feels so different to the last one, but still maintains all that character and familiarity. I know that's an oxymoron, but it really, really does. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.